Within the past 30 days, the members of our community have been made publicly aware of the dire financial crisis within our Little Falls School District. As this news reached the public, suddenly, proposals from the school board have been pushed into motion to close Dr. Knight Elementary, as well as the Little Falls Community Middle School. And alarmingly, these sudden proposals may be voted on as soon as next month. A financial crisis of this size that warrants the sudden, unanticipated closure of 2 school buildings does not happen overnight. But what apparently can happen overnight is the board determining an effective long-term solution, thoroughly planning out its every detail and consequence, and being prepared to vote on it within the next 30 days. We as the district members were never forewarned or even made aware that at some point there may be the need for any potential closures until the wheels were already in motion and no one could stop it.
We are members of the district who have been blindsided by these proposals. We have repeatedly attempted to get detailed explanations and financial figures from the school board to help us make better sense of these proposed changes. Days and weeks passed by before we were finally granted a response. While we hoped to receive an official financial record that would detail the savings, we received a Word document that listed generic ballpark figures and boasted a savings of $880,000. But that number is only telling half of the story. The other half of the story they have yet to disclose to the public is what unplanned budgetary expenditures and expansive projects will need to be completed as results of these closures. Specifically, the 7th and 8th grade student body from the middle school will be absorbed into the high school buildings, and the student body from Dr. Knight as well as the 6th graders will be absorbed into the Lincoln and Lindbergh buildings. But in order for these students to all be accommodated, significant upgrades to each school's amenities and infrastructures need to happen, as well as expansive addition of a new gym and recreation facility. And that $880,000 savings they boast is largely coming from the teacher and staffing cuts that will be made. So what this all adds up to is unanticipated expenditures, overcrowded classrooms with underserved children, and increased teacher workloads, as our incredible staff is spread even thinner. And none of this is accounting for the financial losses that will come from the large number of students that will seek education elsewhere because of the closure of Dr. Knight. The district already anticipates a significant number of Randall community students will decide to leave our district because of the closure of Dr. Knight. Unfortunately, for every child that leaves the district, the school system will immediately lose the state funding per pupil that they would have normally received for that child and will be without that funding every year thereafter until that child would have graduated.
My name is Kathy Adamek. I was a teacher in the Little Falls School District for 39 years, working 32 of them at Dr. Knight. Pat was a paraprofessional working alongside me in the school system as well for many years. Through this time, we've certainly seen the ebbs and flows of our Little Falls school system. Many years ago, the district threatened with the closure of Dr. Knight. As teachers and staff, we were devastated and quickly started to put our heads together to creatively find a long-term solution. And in that moment of crisis, from those brainstorming sessions, we as the community members and school staff were able to develop the STEM program. The STEM program breathed life back into the school building and eventually became a curriculum model that is still followed by the school district today. It was through that trial that we were able to work together to find a solution that ultimately benefited the entire school district. It was an incredible honor to help our school district in a time of crisis.
What we had at that time was a window of opportunity to creatively build a long-term solution, the chance to put that solution into play, and a school board that trusted our intuitions that this could work. But unfortunately, during this threatened closure, we are not being given those same opportunities to explore many alternative solutions. Because of the proposal vote that will happen as soon as next month, Time is not on our side.
It just begs us to ask the question, why are they rushing this decision? Do they have any idea what the potential fallouts and effects could be from this proposal? There will be lasting ramifications hitting particularly hard to the smaller communities. Local small business owners, such as Adam Boone of Boone's Market, know firsthand the economic impact this proposal could have on his small business.
With a potential school closure here in Randall, it'll be even a greater struggle for us to keep the traffic and commerce that has kept us afloat. If parents and other community members no longer have a reason to frequent Randall, or if they pulled their student from the district, our customer base will drop. I will struggle to retain employees, and my businesses will most certainly suffer. And this will just be the effect of the school closure on my little business. We need to also think about the local property taxes that will drop, the loss of our community center, and the vacant buildings that will sit. Subject to vandalism and crime, while the district finances are still forced to pay for the building's utilities and maintenance. I understand that it's not the school's responsibility to keep a town and its commerce alive, but a vibrant town contributes to the strong tax base supporting the backbone of our school district.
We are frustrated by the school board's lack of transparency. Why did they not warn us of this possibility sooner so we could have had time to prepare our children and our family's future? We are angry at their unwillingness to disclose the full financial details of this proposal or even entertain other possible long-term solutions. And we are absolutely devastated at the unreasonable speed this proposal is moving at. 30 days ago, we knew nothing of this proposal, and now, before the end of the 2024 school year, decisions may be made for the immediate closure of Dr. Knight and the middle school to follow within 2 years. Any meaningful opportunity that we had to explore alternative solutions has been eliminated. It feels as though our hands have been tied and the school board only wants to balance their books. The first thing we need from you is your honesty. We have formulated 2 surveys that we believe will better depict the narrative of you, your family, and the decisions you make regarding your education. It is also designed to help us to further explore the potential impact and ramifications of the board's decisions. We are aware that these surveys are not scientific in nature, but we highly encourage you to participate. Your survey feedback will be a method by which we can share your lived experience with the school board. These surveys will take you less than 5 minutes and are entirely anonymous, unless you want to reach out with further comment. The first survey is for anyone who isn't a taxpayer within the Little Falls School District. The second survey is directed at those who have students currently enrolled at Dr. Knight or are planning to enroll their student at Dr. Knight for the 2025 school year. Some individuals will find that they meet the requirements of both surveys, and we kindly ask that you please complete both surveys.
Secondly, reach out to the school board and elected officials. Hold them accountable and transparent with their actions. Share your thoughts, questions, and concerns. Your voice matters.
And thirdly, if you are looking for additional information or updates, please head to our Facebook page, Save Dr. Knight Elementary. There, you will be kept up to date on our group's efforts to slow these proposals, and we'll post the most current updates from the board as they are made available.